Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email us Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing questions. Today we are discussing what might be the ideal size for Moser's Pioneer sports watch from H. Moser Cie of German-speaking Schaffhausen, Switzerland. This is the Pioneer Center Second Cosmic Green. Part of the 40mm case size series, it's smaller than the original 42.8 Pioneer and thus more versatile. At 40 millimeters in diameter, it's only 12.4 millimeters thick. From lug tip to lug tip, 47.9 millimeters, with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. On my wrist, which is 16 centimeters circumference, it wears comfortably and easily. You can see that it is low enough to fit underneath a cuff. Being fairly thin with a domed bezel, it'll slide underneath a sleeve. Down the barrel, you can see that this watch comes nowhere near encroaching upon the edges of my wrist. Even the over the top, which always exaggerates the width of a watch, especially since I'm pulling the strap tight, you can still see that the lugs are inboard the edge of my wrist. The strap is high grade and, as you can see, perforated and vented. A Moser factory strap, no crimping, no gouging. We have a matching Moser stainless steel pin buckle. The pin buckle features elements of polish and also satination, and then some serrations. And this coined profile is designed to echo the coined profile of the case flank. Moser buckles almost always echo the design of the case. So the case features the recesses with coining, outer faces of the bezel, the flanks of the lugs and the mid case are polished, and then the lug hoods are satinated, and each one has a soft crease down its center. We have a screw down crown that includes media blasted finish. It is a screw down. The watch is 120 meters water resistant. There is a polished and domed bezel, and then a lightly domed and cambered sapphire. The dial is cosmic green, one of Moser's many colorful dial options. So it is light at its center, dark, almost black at its edge, fume or smoked is the effect. And then you can see Moser, ever modest about branding, uses a clear lacquer to brand the watch in a fashion that gets lost even 10 to 15 centimeters away from the dial. They recognize that their design language is so strong they don't need to overtly brand. We have leaf-style hands for the hours and minutes, and then we have a counterweighted lancet-style seconds hand. There's a flange outboard, a rehot, that acts as a slope unifying the bezel and the dial base. We have faceted applique hour indices, rhodium plated in steel like the hands. We'll do a quick loom shot here so you can see the watch more easily in the dark. It is a full-service sports watch, doing all those things that sports watches do well. On the back, evolution of Moser's long-running HMC 200 automatic. This is the HMC 201. Changes include a nickel anthracite-coated set of bridges, skeletonized rotor, and skeletonized bridges that show you the drivetrain. The watch has a bidirectional pawl-based automatic winding system. You can see little elements of it are visible here. It is a 72-hour power reserve. It has a 3 Hz beat rate and is shock-resistant, courtesy of overall robust construction, but also the full balance bridge and the free-sprung balance. There is a stop seconds function, so you can halt it to set it precisely against a reference time. You can see another element that's new to the HMC 201 that wasn't on the 200. Little golden infill for the sync of the jewel holding the barrel arbor, and then winding system and train wheels as well, a nod to the way Moser pocket watches were made in the 19th century. We have hybrid ceramic ball bearings at center, so the rotor sits on a steel bearing race, but with unlubricated ceramic balls for low maintenance and high efficiency. And because it is a magic lever pawl-based bidirectional winding system, it is very efficient in practice. We have Moser stripes that have sort of a double-crested Côte de Genève design. You can see them under the nickel anthracite pattern. We also have a machined bevel, but a clean one that's admirable and attractive. Satination across the primary bridge for the balance, and Moser, through its precision engineering subsidiary, making the whole assortment, the escapement, the free-sprung balance, and the hairspring, deeply impressive stuff. The rotor features skeletonization, media blast, satin, and beveling, and all screw heads are black polished with engine turning on the base plate. Reach out to Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.